In today's video, we're diving deep into the ancient roots of Samhain, exploring what this sacred, powerful festival truly meant to the Druids, Vikings, and ancient cultures. And I'm going to reveal how this word, Samhain, transformed into what we now call Halloween. So now I want to share with you what I have uncovered about the ancient origins of Samhain. So Samhain was celebrated by the Celts and Druids as the beginning of the Celtic New Year. It wasn't just a time to mark the harvest, it was regarded as a sacred season, symbolizing death, rebirth, and a gateway into the spiritual world. And I'm going to explain why it was celebrated for centuries. So Samhain was one of the most spiritually powerful times of the year, where the veil between the physical world and the spirit realm was at its thinnest. And this allowed the living to communicate with their ancestors and receive guidance from the other world. So for the Druids, Samhain was a time of intense connection. It marked a liminal period, meaning a boundary where energies of life and death, of the seen and unseen, met and flowed together. And this was more than just a harvest festival. It was a deeply mystical event. So Samhain was particularly important for those within the so-called dragon lineage. Author Vere saw Samhain as a powerful moment for rituals to honor noble and royal ancestors and reinforce lineage ties. They believed this connection granted spiritual strength. So Samhain was about honoring ancestors. And according to author Laurence Gardner, these ancient peoples believed that their ancestors held knowledge and power that could guide the living and guide them. Now, through these offerings and rituals, the Druids invited their ancestors back into their world, temporarily, mind you. Now, these spirits weren't just guides, but also protectors of their descendants. So for those with claimed ancient bloodlines, Samhain was a profound moment of reverence, worship, and reunion. So did you know that Samhain was traditionally celebrated by making huge bonfires during their rituals? Now, these bonfires not only kept people warm as winter approached, but it also warded off unwelcome spirits. People would also wear masks and disguises, similar to what we do today during Halloween. And this was to show a sign of respect to spirits, especially their ancestors' spirits, and also a way to protect themselves from the less friendly entities. So did you know that the ancient people also left out offerings, such as food and drink, as a welcome gesture to their spiritual ancestors? Now, this practice was a beautiful tradition meant to acknowledge and honor the spirits of their ancestors, who were said to walk the earth again for one night. So would you like to know how Samhain transformed and became what we know today as Halloween? Well, this is how it all went down. As centuries passed, Samhain began to transform with the spread of Christianity church leaders. And these church leaders wanted to replace these pagan festivals with their own celebrations. So here are some of the celebration names and dates that the church leaders proposed. The first one was All Saints' Day. And then someone else proposed All Hallows' Day. And originally, they proposed that these days in celebration be celebrated every year on November 1st. But eventually, the night before November 1st, which is October 31st, became known as All Hallows Eve. And we know it now as Halloween. So let me know in the comments if you have ever felt connected to Halloween's deeper roots and meaning. So while the surface elements of Samhain were adopted by the early Christian church, the festival's original meaning of ancestral veneration, spiritual rebirth, and protection largely faded. Now, although Samhain is primarily Celtic, similar traditions were celebrated in Viking and Norse cultures. The Vikings also respected the transition of seasons, and they honored the dead, usually around the same time of year. Now, both of these cultures understood this transition as not just a change of seasons, but a spiritual opportunity to connect with the unseen realm. So why should we care about Samhain or Halloween traditions in today's modern era? Well, as both authors stated, Nicolas de Vere and Laurence Gardner, these ancient festivals hold timeless wisdom about life cycles and also the importance of honoring our roots. So let me know what your personal thoughts are in regards to the American celebration of Halloween every year. This is my thoughts. I truly believe that Halloween should remind us of the deep human need to connect with our ancestors, both living and deceased. I also believe that we should respect life's mysteries and honor both endings and beginnings. Now, I see Halloween as a very powerful reminder that even though we live in modern times, these ancient traditions can bring us closer to our sense of spirituality and identity.